Consumer Action is one of the granddaddies of the consumer organizations in this country.
Too often in policy debates here in Washington, the only people that members of Congress hear from are lobbyists, and Consumer Action does a great job of going out there, helping real people know what the issues are, help them understand what they mean to them, and then getting them to be active and involved in these policy debates.
And we really appreciate working with Consumer Action. They can access communities that we just, as a corporation, don't have access to.
The mission of Consumer Action has evolved over the years. Consumer Action is very unique in the sense that it covers all those people. It serves all those people. Every year we train between 800 and 1,000 community group staff around the country in terms of how to use their material. And we also fill thousands of orders from community groups with well over 1 million multilingual materials every year.
We've been working with Consumer Action both in California and on the national level for a number of years. When we were starting up our work in financial education, I think that I've really appreciated Consumer Action being an ally, particularly with regards to the need and the importance of financial education and consumer education materials in a variety of Asian American and Pacific Islander languages. Usually when we partner with mainstream organizations, we always have to make the case.
It's hard to put in words how I felt when I first realized how many people were not represented, were not served, were totally overlooked. For example, lots of government agencies, their helpline and their information were not in anything other than English. So Consumer Action at its founding moment has identified this need to help to give consumer a voice in the marketplace.
It's interesting to watch the changes in consumer protection over the years and the maturation of organizations like Consumer Action. Consumer Action has always been an activist organization, but they've gotten much more sophisticated in terms of the materials that they produce, the plans that they have for disseminating them, and the many languages in which they produce them.
When we do campaigns and projects through the Privacy Coalition, Consumer Action is very reliable, gives great insight into ways that campaigns can be shaped, how we can reach out to different communities that we otherwise would not be able to reach.
It's really incredibly important for us to be partnering with Consumer Action because we want to get our message and our communities connected to broader mainstream communities.
Well, Consumer Action has a tremendous reach throughout the country with consumers who interact with technology on a daily basis.
I first started working with Consumer Action, and congratulations on 40 years of serving our community and helping consumers. When I decided I was going to author a bill, which I call the Credit Card Holders Bill of Rights, that would rein in abusive price practices. The Federal Reserve had called these practices unfair, anti-competitive, and abusive. And I called them in to get their input on what they thought should be in the bill. And this became a 3-year journey where we worked together daily, weekly, to build support. They helped it tremendously by getting concrete examples of how abuses had hurt individual consumers so that you could use this example to make the case of why these reforms were needed.
Consumer Action has a number of services that can help consumers make their voices heard. We have a tool on our website where you can write your lawmaker about anything you want. Very often we will suggest items or legislation that we think that consumers should weigh in on. But by having this service, we're able to bring the voices of people all over the country together and make their voices heard on Capitol Hill.
Consumer Action is working hard to help families save money, build assets, and reduce debt. With your help, we hope to make our unique brand of consumer education, advocacy, and assistance available to all those who need it. Go to consumer-action.org/support. Join us now.